The Loom strategy is quickly surpassing any cold email tactic that we've ever tested, and honestly, it's not even close. While everybody out there is complaining about cold email deliverability issues, and they're launching campaigns only to find 0 responses from prospects, this Loom strategy is gonna really just help you get a lot more engagement for your prospects and build trust prior to having sales meetings with them. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the Loom strategy. I'm gonna tell you what it is, why it's effective, who should be using it, and how to implement it for your cold email campaigns so that you can start booking dozens of qualified sales meetings with your cold email outreach. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Now, I want you to imagine that you're preparing for a 26-mile marathon, but instead of showing up to the marathon with your typical running shoes, you show up to the marathon with a $150 pair of soccer cleats. While those soccer cleats might be super sleek and really help you perform better on the soccer field, I can promise you that you are not going to make it past 2 to 3 miles in that marathon simply because you are using the wrong shoes in the wrong context. And really, it's the same way with this Loom strategy. It's super effective and it can help you book a ton more meetings, but you need to make sure that you're knowing how to do it correctly and you want to use it in the right context. Because sometimes it could be overkill, sometimes it's exactly what you need in order to get people to, act on an email and eventually have a sales meeting. So what is the Loom strategy? How do you do it? Why is it effective? What types of businesses should be using it? Those are all things that I'm going to run through in this call here. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into this document that I prepared. So what is the Loom strategy? The Loom strategy is a cold email mechanism, a cold email strategy that you use where when you're reaching out to people with a cold email, instead of using the call to action to push for a discovery call or a sales call, you're actually selling a Loom meeting as opposed to the sales call. So what exactly do I mean by that? You're essentially coming to a prospect and you're either pitching your offer or you're pointing out a couple of issues that they might have with their product or service that your service can resolve. And then you're asking if they're open to seeing a video so that you can explain and give more context or tips or really just elaborate more. Why does this strategy work? Well, it works for a couple of different reasons. Number one is the personalization. Your prospects are really going to appreciate if you're taking the time to create a personalized video for them, particularly if you have something valuable. If you're able to help them solve a problem that they're aware that they have, and then you provide value-packed tips, the prospects are really going to appreciate that. And that also builds on to point number 2, which is the trust and rapport. If people are able to see your face, they're able to know who's speaking to them, and you're also able to show that you know what you're doing, and you're able to showcase your value with those 3 packed tips, it just sets you up for 1, a very qualified opportunity. 2, you're selling yourself before you're even having that sales call. And you're really standing out, in the market compared to all the other people who are simply just spamming and pushing for sales calls without giving any value or context of how they're actually going to achieve what they say they're going to do. So who does the Loom strategy work well for? And that's a kind of tricky question because it really does work for any B2B business, SaaSes, or really any high ticket offers. However, sometimes it's going to be a little bit of overkill. And the times where I like to use Loom is maybe if I'm selling a complicated offer and I really just want to be able to give more context, explaining how I could help them, get results that I mentioned in my email. I like to use it when I'm working with people who are in the demand capture space. And demand capture is simply a bunch of different industries or prospects that really don't take action on anything. Like they don't make any buying decisions or take action unless they're very aware of a problem. So if people aren't aware that they have a problem, then they typically don't take action on that. So a couple of examples of specific offers that we really like to use it with is 1, SEO and web design. People aren't typically looking for SEO all the time. If they find that there's something wrong with their SEO, then they might actually take action on it because they're realizing that they're missing out on a ton of leads, a ton of inbounds. So I've given a couple of scenarios here, but for SEO and web design, you could say, I noticed a few SEO issues on your website that are affecting your ranking on Google. Can I show you a video, or can I send you a quick video showing you exactly what's wrong and how you can fix it? Or maybe you're doing cybersecurity solutions. It's a very difficult offer to sell, especially with cold email. But if you're reaching out to a chief information security officer, all they care about is the security of their organization. They might think that everything is good and there's no risk or vulnerabilities within their company. But if you were to reach out and say something along the lines of, I found some vulnerabilities in your website security that could leave you exposed to attacks. Can I send you a quick video explaining what I discovered and how we can protect you? Really what this is doing is you're making people aware of a problem, or you're making people aware of your solution and what it can do for them. And that you're asking for permission to send a video explaining further. And when you're sending that video, it could be a couple of things. It could be value-packed tips. It could just be explaining more of your incredible offer that they want context on. So let's jump into how to actually implement the Loom strategy in your cold emails. I'm breaking down a 3-step process that you can use to leverage this. And I promise you, if you implement this strategy, you're gonna see way more interested replies in your cold email campaigns. You're gonna book a lot more meetings, and they're gonna be higher quality meetings, most importantly. So step 1, you're pitching the video in your call to action as opposed to pitching a sales meeting. So recording a personalized Loom, as you know, like one of your concerns is probably, how do I send personalized Loom videos at scale? And the answer is you really don't. You're recording personalized Looms for people that say that they want a Loom, and you're only doing it for people that you know are gonna be qualified, good prospects, and people that you could actually help. And here is an example of what I mean by pitching the video in your call to action. Happy Thursday, John. I've created 5-figure days for B2B educators like X and contacts from Apple and PwC for funded SaaS like Y and Z. Sprinkling social proof. We've even won Bloomberg, Cheddar, Finance TV features. Can I send a quick Loom showing you how I'd approach writing your profile? So we sprinkle in a ton of social proof of how we're getting all these amazing results. And then in this sense, we're sending our Loom, we're asking if they're open to a Loom video so that we could explain it a little bit further, and how we would approach actually, doing this for that specific prospect. Now, once the prospect actually responds to the video and they ask for permission, or they grant you permission to send them a video, that is when you're going and taking the time to vet their profile or vet their website and then put together that 2 to 3 minute video. If you don't want to respond to the prospect, or if they're not qualified, send them a pre-recorded template, or you could just move on. Doesn't really matter. Step 2, recording the actual video. So there's really no need to overthink this. Your videos really shouldn't be long. I say 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes max. And what you're doing is you're simply pointing out the issues and then providing 3 value-packed tips on how to fix those issues. The 3 rules that I want you to follow with your video: 2 to 5 minutes max per video. Start the video with a clear agenda and also with a compliment. So when you're reaching out, you could say, hey John, thanks for getting back to me. I love the work that you all are doing, particularly the case study with Boombox. Like, that's insane to see the type of results that you got. And then with the agenda, in this video, I'm gonna walk you through 3 key points to accomplish whatever problem they have. You want to close out the video with a clear call to action pushing for a call. So you likely found something in this video that you can apply right away. Are you open to hopping on our call so I can show you what else we can do to solve, your copywriting problem or your LinkedIn, growth? Step 3, sending the actual video. And this part is crucial. So you could record the best video in the world, but it doesn't matter if the video never actually gets viewed. So what can we do to get more people to open the video and take action on that video? Follow the template below when sending your email over, and I'm going to break down the key points from this template. So this is my follow-up template right over here. Hi John, thanks for getting back to me. Here's the custom video I just recorded covering a few quick tips you can make to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Just click the thumbnail below to watch. Be sure to check out the 120-minute mark to see what you can do to accomplish X, and the 217-minute mark to hear about what you can do to accomplish Y. Then below that, we are actually embedding the Loom video so that they can see a preview of it. It's gonna be like a thumbnail. I'm also including a direct link to some of our recent case studies to show you a few of the brands that we've helped earn top voice on LinkedIn, like X and Y. Are you open to a quick call to see how we can help you inbound more leads through LinkedIn? So that is the template that you're going to want to use. You're going to want to plug in, your own variations of it. But a few things that I want to note for this is that there's an emphasis on telling the prospect exactly what to do. Click the thumbnail. Emphasis number 2 is telling the prospects what to look out for with timestamps. I've mentioned the 120-minute mark and then the 217-minute mark. And this actually gets them excited to watch the video, and it keeps them engaged until those timestamps, because they know that they're going to see something that's going to help them out. Always embed the thumbnail as opposed to just dropping a link. You want people to be able to see that you recorded the video, get a glimpse of the video, and while you think it might not make a difference, it really does improve the open rate of those videos. So make sure to embed it as a thumbnail as opposed to a link. And then lastly, in the video itself, you do want to have a clear call to action, making them know exactly what the next steps would be if it's something that interests them. Now, another thing that people ask is like, how do we keep this organized and do it at scale? What we're doing is we simply just set up a little automation through Make, where anytime we get an interested reply for the Loom videos, we tag it as Loom video. It pushes into a spreadsheet, and it's going to timestamp it. It's going to show the prospect information, the company, and it's going to include their LinkedIn profile. And then there's also a link to the master inbox, as well as a link for us to actually upload the Loom videos. Why are we doing all this? It's simply just to keep things, you know, organized. It's like a mini CRM for these Loom requests. And you'll notice that if you are, you know, reaching out to people and they're interested in what you have with this Loom strategy, you're going to get a whole lot of responses. So you really want to make sure that it's all organized. That's really it in terms of the Loom strategy. I'd love to see how you guys can implement this, make it effective. We've had incredible results doing it. And if you don't feel like putting in all that effort and you just rather work with some experts that could actually manage your cold email campaigns from start to finish, so that you could book anywhere from 10 to 30 sales meetings every single month with your dream customers, then just check below, click the link for a booking call to apply. We can have a conversation, see if you could help out and help you start scaling with cold email. Thanks guys, stick around for the next video. Talk to you soon.